the Ferrari is back. Yes, the Sunvit-D3 F430 is back. We are here at Silverstone for the Masters GT Trophy, and there's some big reveals coming our way this weekend. A whole new wrap on the F430, and it looks incredible. But before we get to all that, here's a very quick 60-second clip of all the cars you may have missed here at the Silverstone Festival. Enjoy. Well, how about that for a collection of cars? The petrol head in all of us. Oof, incredible. And that's just a handful of the incredible cars here at Silverstone Festival. So hopefully you enjoyed that little clip there. And the petrol head, and you just, whoa, beautiful, just beautiful. Anyway, as you can see on this little grid walk here, there is an eclectic mix of cars that Will be going up against in today's race. We've got 488s, we've got Aston Martins, we've got GT3 Cup cars, we have got Lamborghini Huracans, the incredible spectacle that we had last year, and there's even more. There's a McLaren over there, but here it is, Will's F430, the Sunvit-D3 F430, right here in its brand new livery, good to go, ready to take to the fight in his class. It should be pretty decent. Some great racing, hopefully, even though the sun is shining. This is, after all, Silverstone, so who knows what could happen. It's all to play for. The weather could change. Everyone's on wets at the moment, so there could be an extra pit stop. Who knows? It's all wild. Anyway, let's roll on, see some onboards, and then we're going to catch up with Will to see how his race went. post-race Will live, fresh. It's been away. It's been a while. Straight to it, Will. How was it?
Freshly born out of a very wet Ferrari. That was a really fun race. The guys made a strategy call, and it made the race for us because we gained 10 places in 10 minutes, and then we gained another load of places. Went from P30 to P12. 2 safety cars, lots of battles with people on wet tyres. Maybe not battles, they were struggling on the wets, and I had the slicks switched on. We made a really good setup change on the car, which made it really stable, which was perfect for these damp conditions. Even though we were on slicks, we got a lot of temperature into the tyres, which is key. When it rains, you've got to have heat in the tyres, that's the most important thing. And it really paid off for us, so yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was dry for pretty much all of the race. Made the right call, the last minute pandemonium in Parc Fermé, and then paid off. Yeah, I mean, the rain came down hard for the last 5-10 minutes. Luckily there was a safety car, and there was a car beached, and they red flagged it. If they didn't red flag it, we would have had to have swapped onto wets. Luck favours the brave, mate. Luck favours the brave. We'll let you get yourself sorted out, move the car back in, but then we'll have a proper catch up in the garage. But overall, pretty happy with your return back in the car? Pretty happy, mate. Pretty happy. I mean, quali was fine. I was just a bit rusty because it's been a year since I've been in the car. And the grid has changed. The Masters have opened the grid up to far more modern GT cars, which you can see here. We're now one of the oldest cars on the grid, so we're massively outgunned. So once again, we've punched above our weight. That's all we want to do. That's it, mate. Awesome, mate. Right, I'll see you back in the garage. Well, as Will has said, and before we cut to the garage, it's only right that we catch up with team principal TP, Ted Danston, Dan Tedson. Hello. We're here, Silverstone Festival. It's beautiful. Well, it was beautiful. Now it's not so much. It's been a bit of a wild day, but Silverstone Festival, what a time. It's great to be back in the Masters, isn't it? The Masters is where we absolutely love performing. So yesterday we did quali, and the weather was completely different. Super warm, relatively warm, and really, it was a dry day. So that gave us pretty much no data for what's just happened in this race, which is dumped the cloud hugely in the last 20 odd minutes of the race. Will smashed it. He got on the time straight away, really put the good timings in, and gained, I think it was 6 places in 10 laps. 10 places in 10 laps. We had a bit of a safety car in the middle, and then there was obviously the mandated pit stop, and then we were making good ground again, and then the last 15 or so minutes the heavens just opened. We stayed on slicks for as long as we could to try and ride the race out to maintain our position, but sadly 6 minutes before the race was supposed to end, it just became dangerous. So Will decided to come in and do a wheel change, put the wets on. Luckily, very luckily in that time, the red flag got pulled and we finished the race in P12, which has just absolutely sorted us right out. So, luck favours the brave. You've just got to ride the luck sometimes, and every time we've driven this car in the wet, it's worked out for us because Will's a great driver in the wet, and some good tactics along the way by the wider team as well, and some really slick performance by the pit crew. We are working really well with this car, and it's rewarding us with some nice trophy and silverware. So the only way is up, and hopefully we'll be doing this for a full season next year, all being well. Fingers crossed. Now, very very quickly, how nice does the livery look on the Sunvit-D3 F430? Yeah, it was a bit of a across some people they thought it was a bit controversial, but once everyone's seen this livery in the in the metal, they've like, wow, that is like the best thing ever. And the yellow headlights just really strike it off. But the whole car has had so much attention, and by not just our guys and other spectators here, but across the paddock, lots of people have been coming up to us saying, wow, that car looks brilliant. For me, is really good. I love the corporate branding, as you all know, but it means that we're getting noticed, and that is what we're here for. We're here to get noticed, be the not underachievers, but the underdogs. Yeah, the underdogs. Especially in the financial world. Like if you look, you'll see on this video, I'm sure, some mental cars, and we are massively, as always, punching above our weight. Mental cars. Yeah, great weekend. We're off to Spa in 4 weeks. Hopefully, have another great weekend of it, and then rinse repeat for next year. Come and do a full season of the Masters and smash it out again. Take the season trophies. You love to see it. Well, Ted, as always, great to catch up with you, and we'll roll on for Spa and next season. It is nice to see you, Dan. Why has he got to do this to me? You're the worst sometimes. I love you so really much. This guy! Right, 24 hours have passed. 24 hours have passed. How's the wrist? How are you feeling? And how are you feeling after the race, mate?
For those who don't realise, this is Will. We're joining back with him, an old favourite, an old face.
Without the tash this time.
Without the tash.
It's a big change.
I don't know if the people can handle it, mate. I won't lie.
Probably the biggest change of the year.
Look, the biggest change of the year? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so 24 hours later, mate. Big race yesterday. A lot of emotions, a lot of potential confusion, a lot of last-minute changes. 24 hours over. How are you feeling after all? Reviewing it all yourself.
Ecstatic, I think, is a good word, because I mean, if you look at the final grid, the results, we came 12th overall in a 47 car grid, amongst, I think I said before that the Masters have opened up the GT trophy to a much larger, more modern grid this year, so we've got far more modern GT cars, the latest version of the Ferrari Challenge car, the 488 Challenge, which are nearly 200 horsepower more than this. And modern GT3s, which are just phenomenally fast. So to come in the top third is phenomenal. And as we said in Parc Fermé yesterday, that was down to a really good setup change on the car, which meant we could build tyre temperature in the wet conditions, and a really good gamble on strategy where we decided to stay on slicks, build the tyre temp, where everyone else was burning their wet tyres, they were literally melting. And we just had a really good race. Hopefully the footage will show us just hounding everyone, going around the outside of people on hairpins. We just had the grip. We had the grip, and that brought us in. It leveled. The rain always levels the playing field, which was really good for us. It's a shame because now we're going to have to pray for rain with every race to be competitive. But yeah, overall, I think we couldn't have done any better. We bettered our position from last year. And let's not forget that I've been deployed for the past 12 months. This car hasn't moved in anger since this race last year, and I've not turned a wheel in anger in the same period of time. So yeah, ecstatic and extremely tired, because I landed back from theatre from my deployment Saturday last week. So 7 days ago, I've been working tirelessly to get the car ready for this weekend. We made it. We were late for testing. We missed the first testing session, so we only had one test session to bed in the brakes and scrub in the slicks. And then we were straight into quali on Friday, where I was definitely a little bit rusty. But the car was good. The car has just been phenomenal.
She's bombers, isn't she? Look at her. And speaking of, this, the new wrap. What do you think to the new wrap of the car?
Yeah, it's grown on me. I mean, I had a big hand in the design, which is great because I got most of what I wanted. It looks professional now, and that's the key thing. We are 100% representing the Army. We're representing our sponsors better, like Sunvit-D3, who have supported us once again for another year, and we're super thankful for that. We've got other sponsors on board, like Carwood have come on, who have helped us massively, and all of the other sponsors that have just stuck with us. And the point is that we look good for them, we look good on the grid, and we represent the military, or the Army, sorry. Absolutely.
And the car looks absolutely, it's definitely, it's raised turned a few heads, it's got some eyeballs, it's definitely been one of those where people have come over and gone, what is this? This is incredible. And also the adjustments you've made on the exhaust, it sounds phenomenal round Silverstone.
I hope you got some good drive-by videos. Because I want to hear it. I've not heard it in anger, so I need to hear it.
No, it sounds phenomenal. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, we've not made many changes to the car mechanically. The exhaust, we did the carbon hatch, which you covered in the last video. Carbon mirrors. We had to put a new seat in, but really the car hasn't changed, and it's still just performed. Long may that keep going. Spa in 4 weeks, which is going to be unreal. Hopefully we can perform there, and then next year that'll be the end of the season this year for what we've managed to make, and then next year we want to hit the full season hard, full season of Masters. Full season of Masters next year. Watch out, because this car is going to be, well, it's going to be paving the way next year properly, isn't it? Properly embedded in and doing it. But Will, congratulations once again. It's great to have you back. We're looking forward, I think everyone's looking forward to seeing the Ferrari, the Sunvit-D3 F430 out in force
at Spa, and of course next year 2025. Alex won't be happy now this is back, will he?
I tell you what I was thinking, we need to do a post, an Instagram post of like the Lotus, the Ferrari and the Cosworth.
Yeah.
You know, like a bit of a face off.
For those of you that are still watching, in the description, in the comments below, tell us which of the three you prefer. The Ferrari, the Lotus or the Cosworth. Which one's it going to be?
I think me and Alice will go home in tears.
Fair one. Okay, well anyway, that is all we have time for today. Will, thank you so much for your time. I've been Staff Sergeant Dan Morton. This has been Sergeant Will Asmore, and we have been the Army
Staff Sergeant got promoted.
Well, congratulations, mate. There we go. This has been Staff Sergeant Will Asmore, and we have been the Army Sports Car Racing Team. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.